Welcome to this session on getting started with Service Studio. So, what is Service Studio? Service Studio is the OutSystems low-code and visual development environment. Service Studio allows developers to create applications and modules on the server. Inside modules, you can define the data model that your apps will use. It also allows you to visually create and define the user interfaces for both web and mobile applications. That can include both the HTML and the CSS that is needed for those interfaces. We can also define the business logic and even larger business processes that will help support those applications. So we can create applications and then edit, update, publish, view, and also debug them on the server. To get started with Service Studio, we simply need to download the executable from the OutSystems website. From there, it's a simple one-click install to get Service Studio development environment up and running. Once it's up and running, we do have to connect to an environment or server. This server can be in the cloud or it can be an on-premise server in your own data center. All we need is the server address, a username, and the password. The reason we mentioned connecting to the server is because Service Studio is a development environment, but it is also a client that has the capability of describing the application and then publishing it to the platform server. The OutSystems server itself is what actually generates and compiles the code and then deploys the application to a real application server like IIS. Service Studio is a client to the server and doesn't actually run the applications locally. It will push the created application to the server, and then you'll be able to view, debug, and interact with it using a browser or a mobile device. Once you begin working in Service Studio and you've connected to the server, it will show you the list of applications that are in the server. These applications are the ones you have access to, and they might have been created by other developers in a case where you are using a shared environment. Besides opening these applications, you have the capability of creating new applications and installing existing applications or components from the OutSystems Forge. Typically, you'll open one of the applications and begin working on it. When you open one application, you actually get its details. Inside the Develop tab, you'll see the list of the modules that are part of this app. Besides the modules, you can also see the other dependent applications. You can also see a Distribute tab for mobile apps. This tab allows you to configure and generate the native mobile app and enable progressive web apps. Once you're ready to start developing, you need to open a module to be able to see the low-code representation of what's there. Once you do that, a new tab, the Workspace tab, opens. The Workspace tab shows the different layers of the module and the tools that are available. We can see the elements that are available to use as well as create new elements. The main Canvas editor is where you can see the low-code visual editor, either to define interfaces or logic flows. Service Studio also has a true change capability that is constantly making sure the module is valid. This capability ensures that only valid modules are published to the environment server. In the module menu, we can switch environments and move to a different server. We just have to specify the new URL to get to the new environment and then provide the username and password. Besides the Environment tab, and the Application and Modules tab, we have an OutSystems Forge tab. The Forge has components that we can download and install on the server to which you are connected. The Forge gives us a way to quickly bring in new resources and help us accelerate our development.